Hey guys, we're back with the Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack, and here we're going to show off the sequel to the original Gunvolt. This is Azure Striker Gunvolt 2, a game that at first glance may not seem like much, but they add in something that actually changes the formula quite a bit.
Alrighty, let's check it out. So, is there anything we need to remember from the first game going into this?
Well, I'm just going to say this right off the bat. The plot for this game does spoil quite a bit from the first game's ending, so because of that, I'm not even going to even bother showing off the really big story bits for this game. Okay. But, yeah, you can play as Gunvolt in this game, and you can also play as his rival from the first game, Copen, a.k.a. Mega Man.
Alrighty then, let's go.
Or more appropriately, Mega Man X, because, well...
Yeah?
I mean, he has your traditional dash ability, and unlike Gunvolt, he can actually procure the abilities from other adepts. So essentially, it's essentially like grabbing robot master power-ups and using them to your advantage if you so choose.
Okay, I noticed there's something called a kudos style.
That's basically your scoring system. It's been a thing since the first game. I just didn't really make much of a mention to it at first. But basically, kudos are basically your score / EXP, and the more you fill it up, the more you level up, and the more you level up, the more abilities you'll unlock.
Huh. Okay. And story-wise, is there like any major difference between Gunvolt and Copen? Like, are they both working for the same team, kind of thing, or is this like Hero Dark?
No. Oh God, no! They are rivals to the bitter end. And I mean, I didn't really make much of a mention to Copen because I didn't really have a point to really show him off. But straight to the point, he's a fucking xenophobe.
Oh.
A xenophobe towards adepts, I should stress.
And he is not one himself.
No, oh no, he's full-on human. Well, he falls under that trope of anime teenager who is also a super genius.
Okay, and off he goes.
And in doing so, he also created this AI that pretty much acts as his support, and also, well, actually, the funny thing is that all the septimal powers he steals from others, he inserts to this AI.
Has an odd vocal filter on it.
Yeah, it's honestly something you gotta get used to.
I think they cranked it up to like 75 when they should have kept it to like maybe 25, and that would have been just fine. But they kind of meshed that vocoder up. Anyways, yeah. What are his? Assuming Gunvolt plays like he did in the first game, how does Copen differ?
Oh, he differs quite a lot. Well, first and foremost, he has an air dash from the start, and it beats the living shit out of what X ever had, because he can literally air dash like in 4 directions.
Oh geez, so he's basically Sparkster.
In a matter of speaking, he's not unlike Sparkster. Like, I mean, I do know that you can't air dash forever. You do need to it does fall under a meter that you do need to replenish. Funny enough, that meter is on the bottom left of the screen, which are represented by glowing bullets.
Oh, okay, I see down the lower left there.
So apparently his air dashes are bullet-powered, which is funny, but I guess that's how it is.
How are you changing all of these nodes into different elements and different weapon types? Are you controlling that, or is it just automatic?
I'm controlling it. Basically, what it is that okay, it should also be said that I'm actually cheating with this one because from the get-go you only have one ability on standby, the electric ability, which
Striker, or sorry, Gunvolt.
Something like that, yes. But I mean, to Copen's credit, he does handle it differently from Gunvolt. It's more like it's kind of like a flash field, except not entirely. But anyway, basically, when you get more of them, you can select them in a similar way you do to Mega Man X. You use the shoulder buttons.
Okay.
Now, another thing that should be mentioned about Copen is that the cool thing is that whenever he dashes onto an enemy, he also locks onto them in a very similar way to how Gunvolt can tag his opponents, and in doing so, he can actually lock onto them, and no matter where he is, he can just shoot in that direction.
Whoa. Okay.
And thankfully, much like before, you can prematurely end loop rushes if you just blow out the siren, which I'm having a bit of a hard time on, so I just call him my special.
Go! Destroy that siren! I got it. End the fight quickly. I just imagine you cutting her off. She's like, oh.
Oh.
Okay.
You're welcome, by the way. Yeah, Copen compared to Gunvolt, like, I mean, obviously, considering he's, like, on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, he has his own cast of characters, the most notable of which is his AI, whose name I wish I could, I wish I could remember, but I don't at the moment. I think it might be, no. I know his servant, his name is, Nori, and, well, she's pretty much your support from behind the scenes, and, well, and she's also your typical anime maid.
So who is
this?
Classy
Classy anime maid, to be stressed.
So who is this snazzily dressed boy? Maybe?
Yeah, it's a dude.
Okay.
I understand it's a little hard to tell sometimes, but he's just another one of the typical jackass adepts you have to take out who are working for a rogue syndicate. Actually, for Gunvolt 2, the original Corporation Sumeragi, they've more or less been totaled by Gunvolt. So now we have a new threat in the form of Eden. And this guy's a member of them.
So evil adepts, not even working for evil government this time, just straight up just working for their own purposes.
Basically.
And this guy,
because fuck humanity, am I right?
Is this guy like magnetic to like put all this stuff together?
Basically his whole plot is that he's using, basically his power is that he can, reform, like, scrap and junk and, reform it to, its own, like, new robots.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Basically the most extreme form of, recycling.
I can take that and do this.
Yeah, screw this. Take this.
Oh,
that didn't do much.
Well, he took out the big guy. Is now the time, Miss AI.
But yeah,
crap,
the big guy is not the one you want to worry about. Just keep wailing on the controller, whoever his name is. Like, I wish I could remember half of the names of these characters, but I honestly don't.
What's the upper right?
The upper right, that I do believe is shut up. On the right, that's actually supposed to be your energy meter for your special, I do believe.
Okay.
And it takes the form of the of your AI assistant, so that's cool, I guess. Honestly, while Copen's beating the living shit out of this guy, I should probably take a look up who these characters are, just so I'm not feeling like a complete fool.
You following all this, Seely?
A little.
That's good. That's all we ask from you.
He needs more heat.
More heat?
Oh,
no, wait!
This isn't over yet?
Nope, not over yet. I think he's the only adept that does this. He just, like, you actually face him fairly early on, but then it turns out to be, oh wait, that's not the full fight. We gotta go chase after to finish him off.
No, jeez, a two-parter.
Yeah, so I guess if I could, spoil one thing from Gunvolt 1. Apparently, the whole AI that's following along with us, apparently she was able to absorb a bit of Lumen's power, and that's how she's able to do all this funky shit. Like, even she has her own rejuvenation spell, which can bring Cope back from the dead if he bites it.
Whatever happened to... Okay, I guess we go into spoilers. I was like, well, whatever happened to Lumen and all that from the first game?
You know what? I guess I may as well go and spoil it, because I'm pretty sure those that are watching this are probably those that have already played the original game. Basically, Jewel from the original game, she pretty much bit the bullet, and unfortunately, I mean, she's not completely dead, but basically her spirit now lives in the form of Lumen, and in a way I can't entirely explain. She's pretty much meshed herself with Gunvolt. So she and Gunvolt are pretty much one now.
Okay, that's sort of sentimental.
Think of it kind of like what's that one DC? Think of it kind of like what's that one DC superhero? The Matter, I forget his name. He's that one Matter. I wish I could remember how to say this shit.
I would know, but what does he look like?
He looks like a fire guy, but he's actually more like he's like a molecular kind of sort of thing, and he has an old fogey as his conscience.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was in that one. He was in that one animated thing where he was trying to convince. He was trying to convince Clark Kent that he was Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I know that guy, but I don't know the heck his name is either.
I'll look it up because it's gonna bother the hell out of me because I've been seeing him pop up quite a bit recently.
I think that's
I know he appeared in Injustice 2, so that's a good lead.
Have we seen anyone like that in an anime yet, Seely? Someone who has like two souls living in their body?
Firestorm, that's it. Firestorm. That's what I was thinking of.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I feel like you've had to have seen something like that with all the emotion anime you watch. It's gotta be something. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, screw this. Just nuke him. But yeah, no, the whole thing between Gunvolt and Joel is pretty much the similar case to Firestorm. And
there we go.
whoever the old man is, that's basically part of his conscience now. They've meshed into one.
Okay.
I seriously can't. Oh! The little girl, the little girl in the imaginary world in Clownhead, and the robot.
Oh, I can see that working. Hey, we got a mirror shard. What does the mirror do?
Girl? You know how the little girl was Yushio and the robot was Tomoya?
Right, but I mean like one body with two souls attached to it.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind for me is Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's true. Technically, I guess that is sort of true. Yeah, that does work. We did it!
Woo! So, that was pretty much one level starring Copen, and, I mean, between him and Gunvolt, I do appreciate his new gameplay style, and I also appreciate that, Indie Creates apparently wants to continue with this trend by, as of this recording, they're actually developing a new Gunvolt game, though I don't believe Gunvolt's in it. They just call it, like, the name of the game is called Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger X, I think it is. But that's pretty much gonna be like a Copen-only story, hence why they call it Gunvolt Chronicles. Speaking of Gunvolt, obviously, since it's a Gunvolt game, we should show him off too, even though, honestly, he controls more or less the same as he did in the first game.
Alright, what do we use all those materials for again? The stuff we get for the bonus?
For building power-ups and such to equip to yourself.
Ah, okay.
But, so another thing about Gunvolt and Copen is that, save for one character, they each fight, 3 distinct, adepts that the other doesn't, fight. Well, normally, anyway. But, and also, between, this game and, Gunvolt 1, Gunvolt's pretty much cut off all ties with, Quill. So he's pretty much, hanging out with this new kid. And his and another friend of his, basically the next female love interest thing.
Because the other one, yeah. So,
well,
you
the
mentioned
the other one's still with us, but she's with us in spirit, as opposed to being right next to us, holding hands.
You mentioned that this thing did something that turns the entire formula of Mega Man kind of stuff on its head.
Well, I mostly say that because they added in Copen and his whole gameplay style.
Gotcha.
And also, I mean, when you stop and think about it, they did, considering that there's two campaigns now, they did shorten the length between the both of them so that it doesn't feel that much more bloated than, say, the first one. Mm-hmm. Where Gunvolt had pretty much went through six Mavericks / Robot Masters / Adepts before he went on to, like, the last 4 levels.
Okay.
So I guess there's that.
Also, wow, this entire building got tronified.
Yeah, basically. So, for the Gunvolt bit, I'm actually showing off, one character who's, let's just say that, he's actually made a name for himself outside of this game. This is the base of, Tessio, who, would you believe is also a character who appears in, Mighty Gunvolt Burst?
Oh, right, alright, the good Mighty Number 9 game.
Yeah, the good Mighty Oh, speaking of which, here he is.
Lol.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy.
Oh, jeez. He's one of these.
He's the annoying modern day lead speak
troll
/ YouTube troll.
Yeah, Lumen, you got that right. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Bye.
I'll be right back.
Just you're gonna love to hate this guy because that's pretty much the majority of his dialogue. He's a massive troll.
Sounds like it based on what I heard.
Yeah, well, the English localization of Integrate certainly had fun with him, and most especially in Mighty Gunvolt Verse, because spoiler warnings, he's actually the main antagonist of that game.
Huh.
Yeah, basically they had to find an excuse as to why they would cross over Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9 in the first place, and they figured, why not have this reality-bending jackass be the one to pull the strings?
Fair enough.
I guess it would also explain why there's so many goddamn side DLC characters that that you could decide to play at your leisure.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh yeah, much like before, Gunvolt still has his specials from the first game. His most basic of them being the Astrosphere, which is the circular screen nuke you saw there. He also still has his Lux Caliber and I don't remember if this was the game welcome back. I don't remember if this was the game where he learned the ability or if it was the first game, but he also has this really neat, really epic screen nuke called the Volt Tackle. Or no, Voltic Chains. That's it, Voltic Chains. Volt Tackle. That's a Pokemon move.
These are some neat.
I know.
These are some neat little things. What is with the copy Lumen?
They're a nuisance.
Oh jeez, so he hacked into it to learn about her.
Sort of, something like that. Like basically, if they touch you, I think they disrupt your EMP meter.
Jeez, oh jeez. So what other abilities can we get in the upper right there?
Well, as I said before, you can get the Lux Caliber, an ability that heals you, or heals your EMP meter if you so choose. I honestly find that one the most pointless because you can already do that by double tapping down.
Josh.
Oh, fuck off.
Thank you, Lumen.
Yeah. Honestly, you can just call her Joel now. She's pretty much become one with her manifestation.
Oh, okay, so Joel. Alrighty. Whatever happened?
That's also why she looks a little more. Well, partially why she looks a little more youthful now. Though
okay.
It's also another matter is also because her power got stripped by a lot, and they're pretty much in the form of the mirror shards that you'll collect throughout the game.
So now whenever we use our flash field thing, we'll phase through red platforms.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much the gimmick of this level, anyway.
Nice level up. Now, do the level ups you get carry over between levels?
I believe. Wait, what?
The level ups, like in the upper right, I've been seeing level up, and like.
Oh yeah. No, that's pretty much your EXP meter. Like the more you gain, the more you level up, the more benefits you get.
Now this is pretty cool. This whole using your flash field to platform with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like all things considered, Gunvolt 2 definitely does play around with a few new gimmicks that you didn't previously see in the first game.
Yeah.
Though it also helps too that the rogue of baddies you're dealing with now are a fair bit different, even if they follow a very similar gimmick.
Right. Nice.
Like you're still going through the motions of taking down these adept terrorist bastards that are just making everyone's lives miserable.
Right, and then so whatever happened to Quill and that. Okay, I realize I'm getting into more plot things. I'll stop there. So.
Yeah, I'd honestly advise you guys play the game for yourself to see. Oh yeah, now he's giving Gunvolt shit for. Basically, he's hanging out with the new girl that I talked about earlier, who I wasn't lucky enough to show off in this recording. But basically, she's basically moral support, even though you only really see her every once in a while.
Meanwhile,
she's pretty much the actual Joel of this game, even though we already have Joel here.
But meanwhile, this dude is all ignore who? That's how you do it. Meanwhile, this guy is. So it looks like. So okay, I'm just gonna not to say that the story here is kind of overdone, but let me just make sure. Let me just see if I got this right. Eden is all about now being elitist, saying adepts are better than humans, therefore adepts should rule everything.
More or less.
Okay, just saying.
It's not like last time where basically you had like a human controlled corporation that controlled adepts. This time it is full on adepts, kind of like the Brotherhood.
Okay. Saying so, jeez, this
Brotherhood of the X-Men, I should stress.
This whole looping thing's still throwing me off.
Mm-hmm. And like I said before, if you want to play all these games, like these games for yourself, like again, you can get both games on the Switch for about $40, and they're honestly they're pretty much the definitive version of the game.
Okay.
And trust me on this, you're probably better off getting this version compared to the 3DS version nowadays, because I just remembered that the final boss does something really fucking stupid, where it actually involves you needing to use your 3DS microphone.
But then how do you do it in this version?
That you don't. They scrap that attack entirely.
Oh, thank goodness. So you had to did you have to yell into the microphone or something?
No, you pretty much, basically how it is that during the attack, you're forced to sing.
What?
And trust me, it makes sense within the plot, but as
because I'm assuming Jewel and Lumen and all that, right? But sing what? Just hold a note, go.
Oh no! They're subtitles. It's basically a karaoke session. In the
You
video
have
game.
to sing karaoke to beat the final boss,
something like that. Yes.
and it can tell if you're messing up and just half-assing it.
I don't know. I never bothered with that part. I never really got that far in the 3DS version. I only beat this game from the Switch, and well, I only learned about this attack for the 3D in the final boss of the 3DS version just by some news, word of mouth, basically.
Jewel, calm down. But yeah, that is kind of nuts. That is like Drakengard 3 kind of nuts.
Yes, it is. But yeah, you don't have to worry about that with the Switch version. They cut it out entirely, and all the better for it.
Alrighty.
Thank God. Sorry, I'm yawning.
And yeah, I don't think you were here to hear when I said this, Logan. But yeah, the only reason why I made a big deal of you showing off Tessio here is because he's the main antagonist of Mighty Gunvolt Burst.
Oh, that makes sense because the whole data stuff and reimagining fights, yeah.
And also, probably the one big excuse as to how they shut up, you.
Yeah, because he can digitize things and thus comes up. That explains the whole virtual world.
And the whole thing of they had to figure out some other way to forgive a crossover between Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9. Well, speaking of which, I've been talking it over with the guys, and we've been thinking about actually doing a full-on commentary of Mighty Number 9. Mighty Gunvolt Burst.
I would say choose your words carefully here.
Yeah, honestly, I could deal with it if I want to. It's just that, for Mighty Gunvolt Burst case, it's like, just shut up. But yeah, no, the game's short enough as it is. I could probably show it off within a similar time frame as I did with the classic Mega Man games, and how should I put this? By process of elimination, I've been asked to do Dex campaign, just because we actually want to show off a good Mighty Number 9 as opposed to just the bad one.
Wait, who's Sumeragi?
Sumeragi was the corporation from the last game.
Well, so why are we upset? So why are we upset with him creating a bunch of haters? Weren't we against Sumeragi? Oh, jeez.
Well, he's still a terrorist at the end of the day, who's working for another terrorist group that we have to take down.
He's streaming it.
Oh yeah,
geez.
No, he
can replace us.
He's like that. He's that kind of bastard.
Oh my gosh, he can mess with us and mess up, and so he can mess with the entire level and the entire world basically with it all digitized.
Mm-hmm. Which, again, it probably explains why they picked him to be the main antagonist of Gunvolt Burst.
Oh boy.
Just because he can mess shit up that badly. And he messes shit up so badly that even his subtitles have freaking icons to represent.
Yeah, this is... Oh, thank goodness.
And he's down.
Ah, jeez.
And unlike last time, where the powers were from Glaze, this time they're from books.
Okay, thank goodness.
I know they have a different name for him, but I'm far too ass to remember right now. So yeah, that was that was Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 again, a game you can get on the 3DS or the Nintendo Switch via the Striker Pack. And again, if you want a Mega Man game that's a little more, that tries to be more of its own identity as opposed to working on the laurels of the original games, I'd say it's worth a shot. And yeah, much like before, they still have this dumb minigame where you still have to get all the items in order to craft shit, and it still works on that luck factor of if you don't get this or that, you can't craft the thing. So it's still fucking annoying.
Of course.
But on that note, that was Azure Striker Gunvolt 2. I'm JamesmanXtreme.
I'm Lucky Jack 20.
And I'm hiring Princess Leia.
Oh, and I was just gonna say I looked up and you'd think he would have been in other things, but the voice of Tessio, the only other thing he's been in was Dragon Ball Super. So take that for what you will.
Fair enough. Till next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.